Melhor Você. Oferecimento Energia Travel Insurance, Kingsway Real Estate Brokerage, Clube Noturno Momentos, Rico Burrito, Boutique Med Spa, Mandala Travel e Netlist, o guia comercial brasileiro do Canadá.
Bem-vindo ao Melhor Você. Eu sou Andy Vieira e hoje eu tenho um convidado super especial. Ele é apelidado de Rei dos Condomínios aqui na GTA. Welcome to the show, Akbar.
Thank you.
He's the founder of Kingsway and he has been on the market for over 30 years.
Okay.
And he's the king.
you.
Condo King.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Andy.
Everybody's going crazy about the increasing rates.
Great.
What's going to happen in the market?
That's
I'm going to lose my house. How it's going to be?
Yes, we're fortunate to have such a great real estate market in the past 2 years. The market been awesome, whether a buyer or the seller. I know in respect to buyers, some buyers, they think that they are overpaying for the value of the property that they are purchasing. But if you compare the value of the property in Canada, particularly in Ontario or Toronto for that matter, for GTA, we are still way behind, much cheaper than property in GA countries such as United States, France, England, and what have you. So therefore, the demand is there. There are inventory, but the inventory that comes on the market and it doesn't stay on the market. It sells right away. To answer the question in respect to what's going on with this interest rate going up and so on, is the market going to crash? What's going to happen if the price is going to drop? There are so many factors that can impact with the interest rate. First of all, to begin with, the interest rate 0.25%, it's not going to make any difference really. It's not going to break anybody's bank or wallet. What is the monthly payment as far as the interest rate, right? So if you were in the market, wouldn't matter really, 0.25% of interest rate going up, it wouldn't matter at all, correct?
Yeah.
So therefore, in respect to, is it going to slow down the market? No. Did market slow down right now in past week or so? Number of transactions and so on. Yes, it did as per Toronto Real Estate Board, the data from Toronto Real Estate Board, but that has nothing to do with the war in Ukraine or the interest rate of 0.25% and so on. This is traditionally, seasonally, that's the way it happens. Like around this time, market slows down a little bit and then goes. Secondly, anytime there's a government interference with the market that bring in interest rate up or they put in some kind of legislation and so on, always there's a little hiccup. What I mean by that, I refer to like 2017, 2018, when the market was really, really hot, and then government came up with this legislation called stress test. So with that stress test, pretty much, it slowed down for a month or so. Then after April or so, it picked up. This is exactly what's going to happen again, my opinion.
And it's funny because it was March season too, right? And now we are repeating the slowdown in March.
That's correct.
I know summers are crazy.
Yes.
I never bought a property in summer.
In summertime, it's the wrong time to buy, right? So.
Yeah, I always bought during the winter.
But still, there are a lot of good deals out there. So you need to find an agent who's experienced, who's in the market for a while, got a good network of realtors that they work with them. We always have good deals out there. We always get good deals out there to avoid that multiple offer competition or what they call it bidding wars and so on. To avoid those things, sometimes we call it, pocket listing, sometimes we call it exclusive listing that we do have, that we cater to our own clients and so on. Still, the seller gets a good value for their property. However, the buyer doesn't have to compete with 20 other offers. So always they can reach out to us. We can help them out. Yeah.
And tell me about pre-con investments. How can I reach those? Because I know a lot of Portuguese speaking people, like the Brazilian, the Portuguese community.
Right.
They have hard time accessing those investments.
Pre-construction you're talking about?
They don't have anyone in our communities, any real estate that works with that.
Right.
And they...
Yes, Andy, I've been selling pre-construction probably for 25 years when nobody knew none of the realtors, they knew what the pre-construction is. It's right at the iconic building right beside, right on the corner of Burnham Trop and here in Ontario, Highway 10 in Mississauga. I sold like 85 units in that one project. At that time, nobody knew what pre-construction is, nobody knew, but it's a really, really good investment. Investment in many ways that, first of all, let's talk about how do they get there. They need a platinum access realtors. So I have a course that I ran for public, actually educating them, how does this work? Every realtor advertises that they are platinum agent, but really in all of GTA, there's about 70 agents that they are really platinum, that they are directly have relationship with the builders, with the developers, that they call what they call it allocation, where they get units exclusively to them so they can sell it to their clients. So we have at Kingsway, at my company, we have a special division, just pre-construction division that we cater to our investors, to pre-construction clients and what have you, where we get the allocation and we give it to them. So, and my son actually, who's in charge of that division, of course is managed by me and run by me, but he's the one handling it, so yeah.
And you have like over 100 agents.
Actually, we have about 150 agents. I had 850 agents, so I restructured the company. So, but then again, we're hiring more agents. We are looking for agents. If you are a realtor looking to join a company, talk to me, call me, whether you want to do pre-construction or be part of the team. We give you leads, buyer leads, sellers lead.
And amazing coaching.
Right. Appreciate it.
Because he's a businessman. It's not only about the real estate market.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, we do have awesome coaching. Pre-construction right now, there's a lot of projects, but there's caution out there that I tell people, be careful. Be careful when you're buying pre-construction. Personally, I don't get involved with all the projects. We had this chat privately before, and I mentioned it too that you were interested, and I mentioned that I don't get involved with all the projects because I've seen a lot of developers that they are brand new in the market or they're just getting entering the market. They don't have good reputation. They don't have good quality workmanship when it comes to finishing.
That's one very important point, because we want someone that has credibility.
Right.
Because we are not putting our life savings in someone else's hands that we don't know
what's going to happen. There's a lot of builders out there that I don't get involved with them. So I have certain builders which we got a lot of product. Denver, from Niagara Falls to Barrie to Ajax to anywhere in Ontario, basically, we have projects. But I'm very, very selective. Who do we get involved? Because your money is my reputation. The investing that you're doing, investing with me, I don't want to. And most of the time, I do invest. So in real estate, usually they say location, location, location. But when it comes to pre-construction, I say, no, it's not location, location. It's a developer. Who is the one behind this project? Because the name could really have a high interest, high return on your investment, or the name could ruin it, basically, that you don't make. I know even in Mississauga, there's some developer that they built condo. Now everybody that bought, thanks God I didn't get involved with that project, they are really not
even
happy.
In Vaughan, the same.
Vaughan, same thing, yes. So we have a lot of projects, so if you are interested, you always can reach out to me. My number is somewhere going to be on there, so by all means, we work together so I can help you out with that. Free consultation, no obligation, Another good thing about pre-construction is that, especially for investors, even first-time buyer that they want to get into the market, is that you don't need to come up with 20% upfront. So especially through my company, what we do is we have what we call it preferred down payment structure, where when you're signing up, you give $5,000, then in 30 days you give 5%, then another year, 6 months later or a year later, another 5%, then another year, 5%. So you don't have to come up with chunk of money. So that's what makes it very attractive to first-time buyer, for investors, and you know, and with the market the way it goes, I can give you real examples that, for example, I have a client that they bought right at the corner of my office in Mississauga. They paid $400,000 for a condo in a project pre-construction. Right now, that $400,000, it's $700,000. After 3.5 years, 4 years, you're making over $200,000. Not bad, with $50,000 down payment.
Yes, that's amazing. And I have a question, because I hear a lot about I sign with you and I sell before closing the...
Right.
Can I do that?
Yes, through us again, it's possible. What they call that term called assignment.
Okay.
Assignment that you buy the paper basically from the builder, and before closing the deal, you can assign that to Akbar or somebody else. And there's a small fees, $500, $600. Again, this is just through us, through platinum agents. You can do that, yes. So without even closing the transaction and making chunk of money again. So as the price has gone up, for example, again, another builder in Mississauga, one of the units I bought it, so I bought it for $550,000 on phase 1. On phase 4, similar unit, we just sold for $700,000. That means there's $250,000. You just made money right there without lifting a paper. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
So we have that option as assignment. We have a lot of advantages when you're buying through platinum agents. You have a lot of advantages. So.
And if I want to buy with you, but I'm new here, I don't have score credit, consolidated, and so on, like to start the process, I don't need any check, right? I need...
In a sense, you still, a lot of good builders, they would require a pre-approval from major lending institutions, such as top banks, like 5-6 banks. Then again, we have access to those individual, those banks that depend on the credit, depend on the person, depend on, you know. So it is possible. We do help them. So again, free consultation. You can reach out to me at any time, actually, through my phone number. I can give you advice as
he never stops.
24/7.
Yeah. I wanted to have him in the previous recording, and he was somewhere north.
Right.
See some land. Yeah, thank you so much for coming.
I appreciate it. I do personally. I'm getting involved with the builders. I find them the location. I find them lands and stuff to sell it to the builders. We have a lot of projects going in the next 2-3 years. This trend of pre-construction going to continue. As the affordability with the resale homes, it's getting a little bit out of reach of first-time home buyers, and coming down with the 20% down payment sometimes is difficult for young couples. So I always suggest to them get into pre-construction, even though if it's not in Toronto, not in Mississauga, even if the project is not in GTA, still if it's $10 buy it. Always you can assign it as Andy mentioned it, or you can close it and make money and then take that profit that you made. Now you can afford to buy something in GTA. So
thank you so much for coming.
My pleasure.
Vamos ficando por aqui hoje com Melhor Você. Eu sou Andy Vieira. Até a próxima.
Melhor Você. Oferecimento Energia Travel Insurance, Kingsway Real Estate Brokerage, Clube Noturno Momentos, Rico Burrito, Boutique Med Spa, Mandala Travel e Netlist. o Guia Comercial Brasileiro do Canadá.